Okay, y'all. So LeBron. Okay, so first let me give you the positive background, the intent for the school, and I did some digging. Okay, so first of all, LeBron James's I Promise School. So every eighth grader failed the math test, and I think somewhere it said for the last 3 years this has happened. I think I read that somewhere. So first, let me tell you the intent of the school, okay, and the benefits of the school too. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know who that is. Okay, it says, unlike other schools connected to celebrities, I Promise is not a charter school run by a private operator, but it's a public school operated by the district. Its population its population is 60% black. This was in 2019. 60% black, 15% English language learners. So that could have been, of course, Hispanic. They might have been of Indian descent, and I mean like Hindu Indian descent, possibly. They could have been of Asian descent because it says English language learners. So that could be, a lot of things. It could be other people from the continent of Africa. They could have been Nigeria. I don't know, but it says English language learners. They separated that percentage, so that's what I'm saying. But you know how they group us together, so they probably put us in the 60% black, no matter what your native language was. And 3/4 of his families had to meet the low income. I'm sorry, 3/4 of his families meet the low income threshold to receive help from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. Okay. It says the school is unusual in the resources and attention it devotes to parents, which educators consider a key to its success. This is why I'm hoping that that the school turns it around. It says Mr. James's foundation covers the cost of all expenses in the school's Family Resource Center, which provides parents with GED prep, work advice, health and legal services, and even a quarterly barbershop, I'm guessing visit is what they meant to say. So, and then on top of that, it says the school has free tuition, free uniforms. It says a free bicycle and helmet. This is what it says. I don't know if every child is getting a bicycle and helmet. I don't know. Free transportation within 2 miles, free breakfast, lunch, and snacks, food pantry for families. Like I said, the GED and job placement for parents, and a guaranteed tuition to the University of Akron for every student who graduates. So I needed to point that out because some of the way these people are writing this story, you just think it was all bad. All bad. So I needed to make sure y'all knew where he was coming from with even creating this school. Because a lot of times when you hear about celebrity creating a school, you know how our minds go because we've seen it so many times, but I've never heard of these type of things being offered for kids and thinking about the parents too. Like that's a lot. Shan says, I'll start with saying I'm against standardized testing. I am too, Shan. I don't think it shows the true aptitude of a person. I think it's very one-sided on what is the standard. I don't like them. And I was one that did well on them and I still don't like them. I don't like them. So I agree with you, Shan. What else was I going to say? Oh, what? There was something else. Oh, and then the kids that are going to this school were deemed as, behaviorally challenged and all this other stuff. So they're already, it's low income mostly. Then you're deemed as irredeemable and behaviorally challenged. So you don't have the students that are like the favorite students in this school. So let's start there with the numbers. We're trying to get a well-rounded picture of this, right? Okay. So now, one more thing I want to say. We're going to look at, let me see how I can do it. I want to share it. We're going to look at the overall Akron City School District, okay, for that zip code, because that matters. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to have to ask for leave because I know I'm going to go over my hour today. I got some things to show y'all. Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing, but I'll still be here. You'll be able to hear me. Gigi, I'm also against standardized testing. Okay, Linda, the schools have too many clicks. Gotcha. And I agree. Okay, let me take this down for a second so I can share the stats with the district for y'all. Okay. Where's my... All right. Let's move this tab on over. So what I did is I pulled Akron's stats, and then I did also pull his school stats. Woo. His school stats don't look good for this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna show you the whole picture, but I just want to say again, y'all, it ain't like he got the ones that were already in a stable environment and everything was peachy keen. So that's all I'm saying. Gigi, I am with you on the standard testing. Were they looking to shed bad? I think so. Because even, okay, first of all, let me tell you who put me on this story. Mr. Trending put me onto the story. He don't even like LeBron James, but he said the article that's published it, that first published it, was very biased because the way they wrote the title was something like, what did it say? Like the king, y'all said, what did it say? Yeah, like the king doesn't have it all and blah, blah, blah. Like it was real biased on how they even presented the information 41 Fit. So I do think so. I do. I feel they teach to pass the test. Yeah, Gigi. Yeah, because that's how they keep getting their funding and stuff. I agree with you, Gigi. I really do. Choice, thank you for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you. I feel like I just got paid for my research right now. Thank you, Choice. We know standardized testing is not standardized, right? Because 41 Fit, what's the other thing? And Shan and Gigi and everybody said they do not like standardized testing. The other thing is, if you have more resources, you're more likely to pass. So if you have a tutor that can teach you what you're not understanding in school that they don't have time to go over again, you're more likely to pass. You know, there's all these things. It's not standard. It's not standard, right? Yeah, with the emojis choice, with our trendy tribe lip emojis. Linda Gamble, it's ridiculous. Right, right, right. Okay, I think I'm ready to share. So we're gonna start with Akron overall school districts. Let me get that up. Oh, it's already okay. Yeah, let me share it. Okay. All right. Now y'all might not be able to see it like that, but I'm going to give you the good stuff. Have you considered Lauryn Hill's lips? Oh, I'll make a note of it. 41 Fit. She has some pretty lips. She really, really does. I didn't never even think about it. 41 Fit, but it's on my radar now. First, he don't get a profit. Yes, thank you, Shan. That's why I said, let me start with saying this is a publicly funded school. This is not a charter school. Right, he does not get a profit like most charter schools. He stands in the gap of this public school. People don't realize that. Exactly. Basically, what I'm reading is these kids were already given up on in the normal public school system in that area. So whatever he's doing is better than what was going to be done with those children. And I heard that the school is all year round, which I know they do that for food, what do they call it? Food insecurity families, where kids mostly get meals when they're in school. Excuse me. They get meals when they're in school. They don't really get meals at home. So those all year round, and then your whole family has access to a pantry. And then your kids are getting 3 meals a day. Like, come on. And then the parents can probably work more because it's less on them for babysitting. It's less on them in so many ways. So, yeah. Yep. It's really bad in Texas, those tests. That's where I had to take mine, Choice, in Texas. That's where I had to take all my stuff. If they can teach American history, they also need to include Black history. Yeah. True, Linda. Baby, yes. Love Lauren, whole vibe. Choice design. Yes, it's bad here in Texas. Okay. All right. So let's get to Akron stats. So let me start at the top. Hold on. Is this the right one? Let me see what it is. Okay. Akron School District rates 3 out of 10. They are in the bottom 50% already. Okay. So they are 3 out of 10 of all the school districts in Ohio, is how I'm reading this. Yeah. It's a score of 3 out of 10 indicates that student test scores for this school are in the bottom 50% among all Ohio schools. And every kid does get a bike and etc., which is also paid for by his foundation. Thank you for the verification, Shan. Thank you. Low-income kids have different books from rich neighborhoods. And that's crazy because I remember seeing that on, our history lessons, that's how it was. And it's still like that. That's what's crazy. Okay. Now, all right, 2023 school year. There are 47 public schools serving 20,000 students in Akron City School District. The district's average testing ranking is 3 out of 10, which is in the bottom 50% of public schools in Ohio. Public schools in Akron City School District have an average math proficiency score of 22%. So it's the whole district, but they're singling out his school. 22% versus the Ohio public school average of 50%. So Akron City School District, 22% pass rate is how I'm reading it, or math proficiency, and Ohio State, or the state of Ohio overall, is 50%. So even if you take in the whole state, you're still getting 50%. That's crazy. And then the reading proficiency for the Akron School District is 30% versus the statewide 57%. Minority enrollment is 71% of the student body, which is majority Black, which is more than the Ohio public school average of 32% majority Black. Yes, I was bused way back in the day, and I had different books from my friends. That's crazy, Gigi. Were you bused to the richer schools or something, Gigi? That's crazy. Okay. Akron City School District is ranked within the bottom 50% of all 897 school districts in Ohio. And that's for the 2020 to 2021 school year. They're down. The school district's graduation rate increased to 81% from 74% over the last 5 school years. Okay. So now let's see here. Out of the 897 school districts, Akron ranks number 690. I left the inner city because there is different books and different curriculums. My kids were learning differently outside the urban areas, and that's crazy, Shan. That's crazy. Okay, so y'all got the district rank. The school district, 690 out of 897. And we know the lower the number, the better, not the higher the number. So you're real close to the low. 690, that's almost 700. Okay. And then Akron School District, their math test scores proficiency is 22% compared to 50% for the state. Their reading and language arts, 30% compared to 57% for the state. And then their graduation rate is 81% compared to 84% of the state, which is not really far away. That's really actually, and that might be a no child left behind thing too. I was bused to a different neighborhood that didn't look like me. I am from the bougie down Bronx. Boogie down Bronx. I'm sorry, boogie down Bronx. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you, Gigi. Okay. Let's get to the next numbers let me see. Did I see everything I wanted to see? Hold on. Let me make sure. Okay. I just want to show y'all a couple of these, right? Just the first 2 top schools in Akron City. This is the top 2 schools in Akron City, okay? It says, so the top school, which is a 9 out of 10 ranking, their math proficiency is 60 to 64%. And then their reading is equal or greater than 95%. Okay. So their math, and math is what they focused on with LeBron James' school, is a 60 to 64% proficiency. And that's the top school. And then the second school, I won't read all of them. I'm just going to go to the second school, is a 50% math proficiency rate. And their reading is 73%. So from the first to the second, it already dropped 14% in math and then 22% in reading. Those are the top schools. So, okay. So now we got a picture. So now we'll go to LeBron James' school, where the what do they call them? What do they say? Irredeemable kids go, right? Because y'all ain't gonna be doing this. I had to move my kids out to A1 school district, and my property taxes, were $4,500 a year. Ooh, May. Wow. Yes. You do what you can for your children. If you can do it. Thank God for having a mom like you, Shan. Yep. Okay. So Akron, the I Promise School, which is in the Akron School District, they are also ranked in the bottom 50%. But just remember, overall Akron is ranked in the bottom 50% as well. Okay. Let me see. And also, the I Promise School is one of the most diverse schools out there. It ranked in the top 20% of diversity for public schools. They also have the lowest student-teacher ratio. They're the top 5% for having the lowest student-teacher ratio. So that the students actually can at least get more attention from the teachers, okay? Let me see if I want to say anything else. Let's see. Okay, now the math test score, because I said I'm gonna show it all. So the math test score is really, really bad. It's 2% for the proficiency. But again, with the students they get, I don't know. Like, I mean, and we already said we don't even like these standardized tests. So y'all already know where we're at with those. And then the reading, language, and arts is 3%. Okay, the student teacher ratio is only 11-1 compared to Ohio's 17-1 average. And the school representatives did answer back to that article. Let me see what Shan said. Akron School District is a poor district. Lebron didn't go to high school there, so he knew the difference. So he even said he wanted to help. That's why he partnered to start that school. Shan, why can't they get that? Why can't they get that, Shan? What was I gonna say? I just knew I was gonna remember. I know I talked about the teacher to student ratio. I don't know what else I was going to say, but I know there is one more thing I want to say. The only red flag for me, and it could be a number of things, is a turnover in principals. There's been 3 principals in the last 3 years, I think. It seems it's been 3 in the last 3. It could have been 3 in the last 5 years. That's the only thing that's like a bit of a red flag to me. I have to be honest. That's why I tell my kids, if you want the best for your kids, you have to make a sacrifice like your dad and I did for y'all. Yep. He also said that the distance learning did put a big dent in their kids' learning. Remote learning did not go well. That's part of what they were saying. The school rep said, because he didn't answer directly. It's the school representatives that answered. But yeah, Shan and everybody, what do y'all think about the turnover in principals? That's the only thing. How many years has he partnered to own the school? And is it all his money? It's state funded ADR. It's an actual public school. And the overall school district is not great. I don't know if you just got in ADR, but we went over the stats for the whole Akron City School District. They are in the bottom 50% as a school district. We really, I think that they're singling him out, in my opinion. I don't think it's a fair reporting. And I know I'm over here, I be reporting messy stuff, so I ain't trying to be too much of a judge, but I was like, let me just go look at some numbers though. But yeah, ADR seems very biased. He also, ADR, I do want to point out again, because I need you to have heard this part. He provides, when they graduate, they get a full ride basically to the Ohio, what was the school name? Hold on. Let me see here. They get a full ride to the University of Akron if they graduate. The parents get GED and job placement services. The parents also get access to a pantry. The kids also go to school year round, so they don't have food insecurity because they get access to 3 meals a day. But yeah, it's state funded. ADR, it's been a partnership from the beginning. He gives funds to this public school. Yeah, because many people were mad about their taxes going to the school. Like, your taxes go to schools. Just be quiet. You'll be all right. They get free uniforms, and Shan verified they do get a free bicycle and helmet, or they get transportation within 2 miles for the school. Yeah, it's not. And I said 3 meals, but it's free breakfast, lunch, and snacks. Let me clarify. The parents get GED in college as well, paid for by his foundation. Come on. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time.